This is Dhar Mann, an entrepreneur who has made millions off creating inspirational content on YouTube. And after just watching a couple of his videos...
Checkmate. I won. What? But how?
I told you that was gonna happen.
Just stop. You're not smart enough to understand how chess works. Now, kid lost.
Whoa. Hey.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't really a fan of his content. I've sat here and watched tons of his videos, and you know what? I can't even argue with 14 million subscribers and views that average in the millions. Today, we gonna break down his content and see what makes his content so good. Welcome to the Creative Vlog episode 3, Dhar Mann. So, y'all already know that I like to begin with first impressions. Let's go ahead and start with his titles. And I will say, dude nails his titles on the head. It does make me want to click on his videos instantly. It's kind of like he's foreshadowing in a sense. And let me just give you an example of his titles. He got titles like Greedy Boss Cheats His Customers, What Happens Next is Shocking, or Police Chief's Daughter is Arrested, She Lives to Regret It. It does work to be very powerful, especially when you're trying to get someone to click on it just from like reading the titles. And then as for his thumbnails, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't really care less for his thumbnails. They don't really do anything for me. It's just some random person with a weird face and then a large font that's reiterating his titles. I will say that it does stand out. It does. I can see how his thumbnail could stand out. The white and blue, very bright. The face is very eye-catching. And then, of course, he always has his signature Dhar Mann at the bottom left of his thumbnails. So I would say that it does stand out, and I will say that he does a very good job of keeping this same theme throughout his channel. As soon as you see this thumbnail, you're instantly going to know it's a Dhar Mann video, even if you didn't see the little Dhar Mann symbol in the bottom left corner of his thumbnails. So I will say he does a very good job with keeping that consistent theme. So let's go ahead and get into the actual video. Now, when I first clicked on his video, I thought it was clickbait. I thought it was going to be actual people telling their stories, but immediately it is not what you would expect. Every one of his videos is scripted. The acting is bad, and oftentimes the plot feels like an extremely cringy Hallmark movie. A matter of fact, it's so cringy to watch sometimes I had to have click off of multiple videos because of how much it made me cringe. And I'm not the only one who gets this feeling just from watching his content. I've read through the comment sections, and there is a bunch of people who feels the exact same way that I do. And I have seen other channels create videos just straight up frying his content.
Dar. Y'all thought I forgot about the menace to society himself, didn't you? Well, you were wrong. I've simply been lurking in the shadows, waiting for the optimal time to strike, and I found it. Now, Dhar Mann is no stranger to putting out what I would call a stinky video.
So it's just like, why do so many people continue to flock back and watch his content? Why is his content doing so well on YouTube? And after doing the research, I think I found the top 3 reasons why his content does so well on YouTube, why his content gets so much engagement. And the first reason is definitely going to be his titles, for sure. Now, when I first saw one of his videos, again, I said to myself that this is going to be a powerful video. And of course, once I clicked on it, I was immediately disappointed. But if we're looking at this from a content creator's perspective, then I will say that this man has 100% mastered his packaging. And what I mean by packaging is his thumbnail and title. For any content creator, his thumbnail and title is going to be extremely important. It's the first thing that a person will see before they even click on the video. Your thumbnail and title is pretty much your marketing. It's what makes you stand out amongst other channels. And if we look at Dhar Mann's thumbnail and title, again, it stands out very well. His thumbnail stands out. It's the splash of blue. It's the facial expressions. It's bright. you will, it'll catch your eye. And then his title is definitely the mastermind behind his packaging. His title is like it's foreshadowing to the outcome. It makes you think to yourself, I wonder what's going to happen next. And he does a very good job with his title, where it just reels in new people just out of curiosity. So I would definitely say his packaging is top tier for sure. And if you're a content creator, make sure that your packaging is really fucking good, because again, you got a lot of competition out there, and you definitely want to make yourself stand out. So let's go ahead and move on to reason number 2, which is going to be powerful life lessons. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have sat here watching a ton of these Dhar Mann videos, and these lessons just do not resonate with me. While I do believe that some of the lessons he's portraying can be powerful, and I do agree with, it's just that the cringiness of it all undoes the satisfaction of learning it. A lot of the lessons that he's teaching feel like something you would teach to a kindergartner. So I had to go to the comment section just to, see what responses his videos are getting. And some of the people watching his videos are truly moved by the lessons he's teaching. They go as far as sharing their own personal stories of how they dealt with the lesson that he's teaching in his videos. And for me, seeing how he's able to create such a personal connection with his audience, that hits home harder for me than actually watching his lesson in the video, even if I downright disagree with the lesson that he's teaching. Because when you're capable of making your audience feel a variety of emotions like that, you have a truly powerful video. You have powerful content, because it's rare that YouTubers make us feel emotions such as sadness, anger, scared, nostalgia. I can't think of another emotion right now, but that's a rare thing. Most of the content that I consume, for instance, it's just pure entertainment. It's comedy. It makes me happy. But again, like, powerful videos make you feel a variety of emotions, and I think the reason his content gets so much engagement in the first place is that variety of emotions. It's eliciting a response from a lot of people, even if the emotion that they're feeling is cringiness. Because if you watch a video and it makes you feel some type of way, then you're most likely to remember that video than if it didn't make you feel anything. If it didn't make you feel anything, you would probably just scroll right by it and not give it a second thought. And that brings me to the third reason why I think his videos are so good, why it does so good on YouTube, why I get so much engagement is, and this one's going to be a little difficult to explain. Third reason is going to be that there's a very love-hate mentality around his content. Now, I don't fully understand this one myself, since I believe it has a lot to do with human psychology, and I am not a psychologist. But when I go through his comment section and just look at all the people engaging with his content, it's one thing apparent. You either love his content or you hate his content. And I think that is what pushes videos to such popularity. You ever heard the saying, there is no such thing as bad publicity? Well, I would definitely say in this case it's true. From the cringy plot, bad acting, the stereotypes he constantly portrays, this makes him a breeding ground for engagement with equal parts negative and positive responses. The amount of engagement this man receives is ridiculous, and this just makes the algorithm push his content more and more. I don't know what it is about human psychology that just, makes us go out of our way to just hate on someone else's stuff. But the saying, my haters are my biggest fans, is true. You would think if you hate something, you would just ignore it or just, not acknowledge it. But people love to indulge in it. And when it comes to views, algorithms, social media platforms in general, they don't discriminate. They do not discriminate against negativity unless that negativity goes against their community guidelines or rules. If you look at your metrics, there is not a section on there that separates negative and positive comments. They show you likes versus dislikes, but that just goes towards total engagement. And most social media platforms do not have a dislike feature. An example of this would be the baby shark dance, which is one of YouTube's most disliked videos. 14 million dislikes.
baby shark, do-do-do-do-do, baby shark, do-do-do-do-do, baby shark, do-do-do-do-do, baby shark.
But at this point in time, they have 10 billion views. They are probably swimming in money. Other examples, I'm going to give y'all one. 6ix9ine, the king of trolling, the rapper who snitched. He is a negativity magnet, and people absolutely hate his guts. But he was able to create hit after hit after hit. And he was able to come back and break an Instagram live record with 2 million views, live viewers, which he stole from Drake, by the way. And Drake has a much larger fan base, way more hits, way more money. He's so much more popular than 6ix9ine. So how is it that 6ix9ine was able to come back and steal an Instagram live record from Drake? Next person I have is Kanye West. He is the king of publicity. Dude continues to go viral. I mean, he literally rented out a stadium just to promote his album Donda. He slept in that stadium for weeks. But this man is hated for a lot of reasons. His ego, temper, crazy ideas, the fact that he wore a MAGA hat. I mean, he interrupted Taylor Swift when she was accepting her award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Barack Obama literally called him a jackass.
The young lady seems like a perfectly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing?
Why would he do that?
He's a jackass.
Despite all this, people still continue to support this man's music, his fashion line, and he's been pushed all the way up to billionaire status. And then the next example, gosh, the next example I have is Donald Trump.
They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
And if he is not one of the biggest supervillains of all time, I do not know who is. He is the king of negative publicity. And we not finna get into politics, but just know the fact that he won the election years ago, despite all of the things he's said, despite all of the actions he's taken, it shows that negative publicity works. And I'm not saying that Dhar Mann's videos are negative in any type of way. He is not negative at all. But the feelings of cringe, the terrible stereotypes, the bad acting, it just taps into negative feelings that elicits a response from those consuming his content, whether that response is good or bad. That's why his videos do so well on YouTube, because the algorithm just counts at all his engagement, and it just pushes content to broader and broader audiences. So how do I use what I learned from my own content? Well, the first thing that I have to say, just from, analyzing his videos, is that you have to have courage, man. And we gotta take a second to talk about this one. You gotta have courage, because I know it can be scary as fuck chasing an idea you have, especially when you know that there's gonna be people who downright hate your content. They downright hate they downright hate what you're about. They hate what your content's about. But you gotta understand that that comes with the territory, and you have to mentally prepare yourself for when that hate starts to come in. Just know that once you start seeing that hate on your videos, know that you are doing something right. Please know that, because if you look at some of the top celebrities in the world, sure, they are loved by many, but they are also very hated. And they can hate you for absolutely no reason. They can just look at your video and be like, I don't like this guy, for no reason at all. You didn't do nothing to elicit such hatred, but they will hate you. They will hate your content. They will hate your videos. But don't be discouraged by that. Please don't be discouraged by that. Second thing I took away from his videos is you gotta be genuine. And I know that might not make sense. But again, going through his comment section and seeing how people just shared their own stories really hit home for me. It really did. Seeing these people with the courage to tell their stories in such large crowds of people is the exact type of connection that I want to build with my audience. The only way I know how to connect on such a level is to be genuinely me. Even if some people might not like my personality, but honestly, that's the way to go. Why fake it? You'll just tire yourself out. So make sure that you're always being genuinely you. And the third thing that I took away from this is the true power of marketing. From the packaging of your video, again, which is the thumbnail and title, you have to make people watching your videos feel something, even if it's negative. And I am not encouraging no type of negativity. Don't take that from what I'm saying. But this goes back to the courage part I was telling you about earlier. Whatever you're passionate about, do it. Do it. Don't be afraid to speak up, even if people might not agree with you. It makes me realize just how strategic I have to be, especially when it comes to, marketing, especially when it comes to packaging my videos. That thumbnail, that title, the way, I'm promoting my videos, like, you have to be very strategic, following trends and such. Make sure that you're coming up with a plan. Make sure that you're doing your research. Make sure you're doing your part. Don't just go creating videos and just putting them out, because it's been a couple of people plenty of people who's just post random videos, regular videos with no real idea of what they're doing, and they'll go maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years before they're able to monetize. And some people do that, or some people are just burned out early. They won't even make it to the first year mark. So make sure you're doing your research. Make sure you're doing your homework and really know what it is that you're going to do. Make sure you have a game plan, and make sure that you don't burn yourself out early, because that can be the death of a person's career in YouTube even before it gets started. Just burnout. Trying to be consistent, it can be difficult. It's not easy whatsoever. Anyway, this was fun. I really enjoyed breaking down Darmans Content. I really enjoyed just seeing why his content might perform so well. Of course, this is pretty much my opinion, so this could be other factors I missed. You could completely disagree with why he could be so successful. Whatever your opinion is, let me know down in the comments, man. We can argue about it all day. But anyway, again, I really enjoyed this. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all comment down below, and I will catch y'all next Friday, man. It's your boy Ron Abrams. I'm out. Peace. I gotta stop winking, bro. That shit's weird.